Hey, what is going on, guys? Today, we are on F1 2021 for the first time on this channel because Portimao has just been released, and we are going to be going through all the new content with the patch notes, as well as I want to just talk about, is this game worth it if you haven't bought it and you're undecided, and also go on a little bit of a rant and share my opinion on having to wait so long after release for Imola, Portimao, and Jeddah, which of course we've gotten Portimao, but you'll see the rant. We'll get into it later, but we're going to be getting my first reactions and impressions of Portimao, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a talk and drive. So without further ado, let's get right into it. It's made by Lucas351 on Race Department. He is a fantastic modder for F1 2021. I will leave a link to the track skin below. It basically just updates the sponsors so they look pretty real. Now, what car do we want to hop into today? I think we gotta go... Portimao was a pretty boring race this year, but I'm trying to think who is like a star of Portimao. You know, I think just because I like the look of it, I think we should hop in with Sebastian Vettel. Alrighty, so here we are here. There's got to be someone who has made a Portugal setup, and this actually is round 2 in the game, so I will go through and use this. I'm trying to get all the setups in alphabetical order. I'll just look up Portugal, and Portugal Dry. Sure, we'll go with that one. Okay, so we are going to be doing one-shot qualifying. It's a sunny day here in Portimao. I have the AI on 87. I am on a controller for this, but in the upcoming days, my CSL DD is coming. I am so excited, and I will be trying it out on a bunch of different games, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to that. But let's just hop right in here onto F1 2020 on the controller right now, but that's all I have, of course. But regardless, I think the main thing I want to talk about today is this worth it? Is F1 2021 worth it? I never made a review on the game because I didn't buy the game. But I want to talk now, just is this game worth it? Should you buy it now that they're adding these tracks in? I should actually probably go over the patch notes real quick. Okay, so here is what they added today right here, version 1.10.0. They added the beautiful Aston Martin safety car, and it will show up in Bahrain, Monaco, Canada, France, Britain, Zandvoort, Singapore, or I could just say Netherlands, Russia, Japan, Australia, Saudi Arabia when it gets added, and Abu Dhabi. So we're not going to see it here in Portimao today, but it is in the game. Here's the full patch notes for this. They added Portimao, they changed the vehicle performance, added the Aston Martin safety car, and they've just pretty much done a bunch of bug fixing. But in October, we will be getting Imola, which again, I will be making a video on it as well when it comes out. And then in November, I believe is what they said, we will be getting Jeddah as well as F2 2021. So a lot to look forward to for this game in the coming months. So I'll definitely make videos about that when it goes live. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Portimao in the beautiful AMR 2021, AMR 21, whatever it's called. Again, I just literally bought this game, so bear with the bad driving. I can already feel that these cars have a lot more understeer, which they do in real life, so GG Cody's, you did that right. It doesn't feel horrible, though. I mean, I've never personally gelled with the F1 game physics a ton. Is Verstappen there? Takes provisional pole. Oh, I don't know the line through there. I also don't know Portimao very well. I've driven it in Assetto Corsa, and this layout actually doesn't feel that far off. I don't know if there are any laser scanned Portimaos in sim racing, but this doesn't feel far off from what I've seen from the replays, but I mean, of course, it's not perfectly laser scanned. But we're going to come across the line here, P14, so kind of just like a bad Vettel qualifying. It's not that far off. I guess for my first ever time around here, it wasn't that bad. But Max Verstappen is going to take pole with the very funny looking little preview right there. Alright, thanks Crofty. Please shut up. Alright, well there we go. Max is on pole with Lewis and Valtteri splitting Perez, and Lando Norris got P5. Not bad. So let's hop into the race here. Also, I'm on like low graphics just so I can record this. I have a decent computer, but it's not that good, so I did have to drop that down, so that's why you're seeing the funky trees in the background. But yeah, let's hop into the race and I'll get to what I want to talk about. Alrighty, so I tried to do a live comm, but it just didn't really work out, so we're doing the voiceover. Now, I want to tackle the question, is F1 2021 worth it? Now, we've all heard and seen the reviews, and to be honest, if you want this game, you already have it, let's be real. This little segment is just dedicated to the people who are like me, who are on the fence about this game, and we're like, I have F1 2020, is it really worth upgrading to 2021 for $60? And to those people, the answer is maybe. If you played F1 2020 a lot, I personally had about 160-ish hours on it, but I'll tell you that beyond maybe like November of last year, of 2020, so like way before I even had my YouTube channel, I had pretty much stopped playing it. I did about like a season and a bit of my team, and then I was pretty much done from there. But if you, let's say, had like 300, 400 hours, if you don't already have this game, I would say it's probably worth it for you. It's kind of just what is worth your money depending on how much time you put into it, if that makes any sense at all. If you were on the fence and you were like me, you played an okay amount of F1 2020, but you weren't, a massive player, and you're kind of just like, I have 2020, I don't really drive it a ton, is this worth it? I would say no. The Portimao is a great first step, and I will get into a little bit of a rant about adding the tracks in a second, but even after they add Jeddah and all that in November, and of course we'll have Imola, I don't know if it's worth it even then. Besides that, it's pretty much just like a livery update. There's not a ton different, and I guess you could say that for every F1 game. Maybe by the time November comes around, I would say it's worth it if you can get it on a sale, but by November, the season's already almost over, so there's no real point in buying the game in, like, the holiday season. Now let's quickly talk about Portimao, which is why we're here. It's actually, it's a Codemasters. We know the F1 game tracks are very good detail in terms of the modeling. Of course, it's not LiDAR scanned. None of their tracks are LiDAR scanned, but it seems pretty accurate. I don't know if there are any LiDAR scanned Portimaos in sim racing, and I don't know if I've ever driven one. I don't think I have, but it feels about roughly what it looks like in real life and what I've experienced in like Assetto Corsa and things like that. So overall, I'd say it's a pretty decent track, but that segues perfectly into the rest of this little voiceover, and that is a rant. Why is it taking so long to get these tracks out? They're not LiDAR scanned, and you had to have had started working on them beforehand, even if it was in the beginning of 2021. And you have all of this new money that EA is injecting in. As much as I hate this EA partnership, because I just don't trust EA with anything, you have this money, I don't know where it's going, and I just don't think it's acceptable that we're waiting a whole, 4 months, 5 months since the game's already been out. Most of your, big audience that's gonna play the game has already stopped playing it now. Maybe they'll come back for a few races on Portimao, but besides that, the user base is gone already. Maybe there's still a few people playing Season 4 or 5 of my team, but I don't think that's a ton of people, and I think really the mass amount of people who are still playing this and will be in November are going to be like the league racers, the YouTubers, maybe some really dedicated career mode people, but beyond that, I think everyone pretty much played a season in a bit of my team, and they've had enough. I know it takes time, and I know the Codemasters F1 studio probably isn't the biggest studio out there, but I would argue that it probably is one of the biggest in sim racing. I don't know, like, the official hiring numbers. I doubt you can even find them. I guess maybe the only thing I could think would be kind of similar is maybe Kunos, but even then, I still feel like they have the most devs. They aren't LiDAR scanning tracks. It's not like we're waiting to go out to Jeddah in real life and scan the ground. What took so long? That's pretty much just what I'm trying to know. I know it's unrealistic in, 6 months for them to have had all 3 tracks in, but I think by middle of September, I was at least expecting, like, Imola and Portimao. What I really don't get is that Codemasters actually has an Imola track already. It's in F1 2014, I believe. And, of course that is like a first-generation Xbox One, PlayStation 4 game. But you could have easily taken that, redone a few things, texture overhaul, and I think most people wouldn't have known the difference. I mean, I thank you for going out of your way, but I really don't see why we've waited this long. The only one I can maybe give a pass to is Jeddah because it doesn't exist yet physically. They haven't built the street circuit. And actually, well, I don't expect Codemasters to do that because they're normally pretty lazy with their track updates. But maybe by F1 2022, after we've done a race around there, we'll get like an updated version. So if there's things that were in like the wrong places or something like that, we can get that update. But really, I just don't get what took so long. I've said that so many times, but I don't know what Cody's has been doing. They don't really update this game a ton. Like, really, I can scroll through the updates. The first one, July 16th, the game came out. A quick, week 1 patch in the end of July. Beginning of August was just Podium Pass, basically just your little Fortnite Battle Pass. August 9th was a quick little bug patch. They're pretty much just doing little bug patches. They haven't really been doing anything super massive. Maybe the driver's stats update in the beginning of the month was kind of big, but really, I just don't get what Codemasters have been doing. But I guess we know what's coming out. I don't know why we've waited so long. Again, I think that a lot of the people who played this game casually are already gone, especially maybe more like the hardcore sim racing type. I think they're gone, and I know that's not the biggest player base of the F1 games, but I just don't see why they took so long, because I feel like they could have done it a little bit faster. But at least, hey, if it's not rushed, if they come out good quality, I guess it'll be worth it. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll probably get stick from someone in the comments about these opinions, so feel free, just keep it civil, and thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, a like and a sub would mean a lot, and I will be doing live streams now on every Sunday, and I might be doing some My Team career mode since I haven't played it in F1 2021. So if you want to see that, or you just want to stop by and chill on the streams, those will be happening every Sunday. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.